Hello, welcome to today's Vinyasa flow session. The session will be to the intention and focus of clearing and activating the crown chakra, the chakra on the seventh of seven. At the top of your head, it's our space of connection to all that is, to the divine, to honoring and trusting that the universe has you in your best interests and your highest good always at heart. So that's how yoga is so much more than the physical movement and the asana, the physical practice of yoga is because of moving and breathing to the intention that helps to raise that vibration. Every thought, every intention is an energy as well and helps to move you into the direction that you wish to go, to your highest good. So I hope you enjoy the practice, and we'll be starting in an easy seat. You always get to take the options in the flow in the poses to the way that it feels best to you. If you have blocks, great. If you don't, it's okay. I'll be cueing you to the practice without the blocks, but I will also mention sometimes if you have blocks, this is where you would use them. All right, we are going to go ahead and start in that easy seat. As you start to arrive to a place of comfort here, you can also be kneeling on your knees, or you could have a block or two blocks set underneath your sits bones to rise up that area and help comfort the hips. Settling in with the crown chakra, there is a mudra or hand symbol of interlaced fingers and then release of the pointer fingers. I'm going to give you the option here of using that hand mudra at heart center, starting to breathe in and let go. On your inhale, bringing in space for the practice, space for your intentions, space for you to take up space in your life. As you inhale fully, let the chest expand, let the belly expand, bringing the breath all the way up into the collarbone, and then open mouth, exhale, let it go. When you're ready, bringing your palms on down to your knees. Settling into just a couple more breaths here. I'll be cueing you through a B breath, the breath of clearing and activating the crown chakra, moving energy to make space for all that is available to you to unlock your potential. Option on your inhales to be through the nose or through an open mouth, but then your exhale will be through a closed mouth hum. Inhale fully. Audible sigh as you exhale. Four more rounds. Big full inhale. Exhale with that hum. Taking in a little more breath. Exhale. Two more rounds. Last one, make it your biggest, fullest inhale. And your longest exhale. As you start to release, baby, bringing the ears on up to the shoulders, on up to the ears, rolling them down and back. Optional inhale, reach. Exhale the goal post. Your next inhale, bringing the hands down to the knees. Exhaling fully to a rounded cat back, chin to chest. Taking 3 big rounds of cat-cow here in your easy seat. Exhaling for your cat, chin down, and then inhaling for your chin and chest high. Gentle release back to center, starting to imagine a white light, which is the light, the color of your crown chakra. Starting at the base of your spine, we're going to move that white light all the way up in a spiral around your spine. As you move the light, move the body more in the area where the light is. All the way up into the rib cage, into the chest, into the shoulders, into the neck, on up into the head, right to the crown of your head, still swirling there. Pause for an inhale at the top, letting that light glow at the crown of the head, and then switching your direction as you exhale, let the light circle and spiral on down your spine. Again, moving the area where the light is into a little bit bigger circle as you spiral on down. Arriving down into the pelvis and hips, right on down into that sits bone. Inhale into the light at the base of the spine. Exhale, let it go. Planting your hands now at the top of the mat to step back into a plank. We'll be taking 5 big rounds of plank to down dog waves. So as you inhale into your down dog, exhale, wave, ripple into plank. 4 more times on your own breath. When you finish that 5th round of plank to down dog, neutralizing your plank with a little bit wider toe, with a little bit wider at the feet, and then lowering down to forearm plank. Moving into a couple side plank side stretches. So we'll open right hand high in your side plank. As you inhale, right hand to the front, lift that right hip high. Exhale, maybe half bind back of the right hand to the low back and take the gaze high as you peel the right shoulder open. Inhale, right hand all the way around. Pause for your exhale in neutral forearm plank. Inhale, left hand high. As you inhale the left hand to the front, take the left hip high. And optional exhale, half bind back of the left hand to the low back, chin to the sky. Exhale on back to forearm plank. Taking a breath here as you exhale into your version of dolphin. It's early in the practice. Your knees will bend as much as you'd like. Taking the hairline to tap on the mat. Breathing into a couple breaths. Maybe pedal into your dolphin. And then we'll drop the knees. 1 breath into a child's pose. Exhale on up to tabletop, curling the toes under, step on up, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Flattening out the feet on the mat, noticing your toes, expanding them. Inhale into the space that you've created already in the practice, knowing that you're connected to all that is. Inhale, fingertips high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop back to plank. Options here in your sun salutations to either go straight from plank or down dog, or you take that chaturanga flow and tip forward on the toes, exhaling those elbows in right tight to the side. Inhaling up for cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Taking a moment here for a variation in your sun sal. Inhale, right toes high. Exhale, low lunge, right foot comes up between the palms. Left knee will drop down. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale as you sink into the lunge, letting goalpost arms come down. Inhale to come forward, plant the hands, frame that right foot back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left toes high. Exhale, low runner's lunge, left foot between the hands, dropping right knee down, top of the right foot down. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, goalpost your arms, sink into the front of the right hip. Inhale to come forward, planting your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Gazing to the top of the mat, bent knee, step or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Taking that one little pause here. Breathing into the light at the crown of the head, into the words, I am connected to the divine. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop back through plank to downward facing dog. Inhale, right toes high. Lifting up onto the ball of the left foot. Exhale, knee tucks in, cat back. Hold here, full exhale. Inhale, right toes sweep high again. Exhale, right foot is going to plant underneath the chest. As you lift that left flex foot, left heel to the sky, supported warrior 3. Maybe you have your blocks here. Inhale, lift the left heel higher. Exhale, jiva tuck the left knee in to tap behind the right calf or on the back of it. As you inhale back to supported warrior 3, your right hand is going to stay down. Your left hand will go high into half moon. Now left toes are going to open and tip the left hip towards the left. Left hand high. Here's where you could use a block, lifting you up a little bit off of the earth. Left hand high. Maybe you shift the gaze high. From this position, we're going to bend into the right knee, stepping back to plant the left foot. Inhale, right hand high. Reverse triangle. Back of the left hand, maybe to the low back or walking it around towards the back of your right hip. Exhale, plant the hands, cartwheel down, stepping back, downward facing dog. Option for a down dog or child's pose or flow here in between sides. If you're flowing, exhale, tuck those elbows in tightly to the side. Inhale up for cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Neutral breath, neutral head shake. Inhale, left toes high. Exhale, launch up onto the ball of the right foot, tucking the left knee in. Hold for your cat back, full exhale. Inhale, left toes high. Exhale to plant the left foot underneath the chest, rising up for supported warrior 3. Here's where you could use your blocks. As you inhale, right flex, the heel goes higher. As you exhale, tuck in and tap the right knee behind the left calf. Inhale back, supported warrior 3. Now left hand is going to stay tented. You're opening for half moon. Here's where you could use your left block under that left shoulder. Pointing the right toes towards the right, right hand high. One more breath. Exhale, right foot plants down. Inhale, left hand high, straighten into the left leg, reverse triangle. Maybe half bind, back of the right hand goes behind that left hip. Big left side body stretch. Exhale, bending the hands, bending the left knee, cartwheel down, plant the hands, step back, down dog. Looking to the top of the mat, bent knee, step or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. One breath into the fingertips high. Trusting that the universe has your greatest good. All all planned out for you. Exhale, fold. I trust in the wisdom of the universe. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. I am connected to the divine. Stepping or hopping back, downward facing dog. Adding to our flow, inhale, right toes high. Launch up onto the ball of the left foot. Exhale, right knee tucks in, full chin to chest, cat back. Inhale, right toes high. Exhale, plant the right foot underneath the chest. Rise up, supported warrior 3 with a flex left heel to the sky. 1 breath, left heel higher. Exhale, tuck in, Jiva squat. Inhale, back, supported warrior 3, left flex foot. And then back to that half moon. Right hand stays down, either tenting the fingers or find your right hand on a block. Left toes open, left hand high. Maybe challenge the balance and gaze high. Anytime you shift the eyes, it's going to challenge that balance. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Find yourself in reverse triangle. Right leg will straighten. Half back of the left hand to the low back or behind your right hip. Inhale into a big right side body stretch. Exhale, release, going into tree. As you put the weight into the right foot, left foot finds either a tented left toes, or you could plant them on a block, or your left foot goes into the calf, or higher if you'd like. Really rooting down into that right foot, keeping the half bind with the back of the left hand to your back of your right hip. Inhale, reach the right hand higher, really come out of that right hip, straightening. And now option to reach that left hand to the left and side bend to the left. Take as if you're holding a big beach ball and side bending to the left. Inhale, fingertips high, biceps by the ears. Option to interlace the fingers and release those pinky fingers in your crown chakra mudra. 1 more breath here, bringing the hands down to the heart center. And then left knee goes to the front. Root down into the right foot. Option to extend that left leg long and tiny little piston squat down here. As you inhale, lift the left knee. And now it goes all the way back from your piston squat into a standing split. As you shift the gaze to the front of the right shin, fingertips tent on the earth, you're going to glue the torso down onto your right thigh. Left toes go high. Maybe one or both hands grasp that ankle. As you challenge the balance, your version here, left toes go higher. We'll exhale into a little Jiva squat again. Left knee tucks in and taps behind the right calf. Inhale, left toes high. Exhale, back to plank, stepping right foot back to meet the left. Option for a little flow here or a down dog in between sides, always tucking the elbows into the sides. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, back downward facing dog. First, shaking the head no this time. Then shaking it yes. Inhale, left toes high. Launch up onto the ball of the right foot. Exhale, tuck in, cat back, chin chest. Hold here, full exhale. Inhale, shoot the left toes high again. Exhale for left side underneath the chest. Planting in the left foot, we'll rise up, supported warrior 3. Right foot is flexed, right heel high. You decide if you have the blocks or if you'd like to reach the arms long. Exhale into that Jiva tuck, tapping the right knee behind your left calf. Inhale back, supported warrior 3. Now left hand stays down, right hand goes high. Tipping the right toes towards the right. Lifting and lengthening the outside of your right heel to the sky, right ankle to the sky. Lightening the load a little bit on that left hand. Exhale to bend into the left knee, planting the right foot, reverse triangle, left leg straightens, left hand high. Maybe half bind and put the back of the right hand on the left hip. Here for a big lift and lengthen of the left fingers. Exhale to take the weight into left foot for tree, shifting the weight into the left foot. Right toes either tent or plant on the calf. As you root down into the left leg, finding that half bind again. Lengthen the fingertips to the sky. Come on out of the left hip. It's a slight little lift. 1 more breath. And then option to take that right hand out 90 degrees straight to the right and side bend as if you're holding that beach ball, leaning to the right. Root down into the left foot. As you come back on up into your tree, interlacing the fingers, optional mudra, left or pinky fingers release. Breathing into, I am connected to the divine. Exhale your mudra or your hands to prayer on down to heart center. Taking that right knee forward, we'll optional extend either the knee lifts or that right leg lifts. Lifting on the inhale and exhaling into a little piston squat as you bend into the left knee. As we come on back for standing split, right toes go high, fingertips tent. Shifting now the gaze to the front of the left shin. Right toes go high, maybe one or both hands grasp the left ankle. And you glue the left torso down onto the left thigh. Really doesn't matter how high those right toes are. The intention of lifting them. One more breath, lift into the right toes. Exhale for that little jiva squat, tapping the right knee behind your left calf. Inhale again to standing split, right toes go high. Exhale, plant the hands, step back plank. Optional flow, tipping forward, tuck the elbows, exhale, lower. Inhale for cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Looking to the top of the mat, step or float to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise. I am connected to the divine. Pausing with your thumbs at heart center, letting the practice find space to that sensation, that intention. Inhale, fingertips gaze high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop back. Downward facing dog. Moving into that breath. And then rippling forward for 3 waves of plank to down dog. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, plank. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, plank. From your plank now, back up into downward facing dog. Inhale, right toes high. Exhale, right foot comes forward, plants under the chest, and then we'll fingertip walk to a wide angle fold facing the left side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. You're going to have the option to stay here for a few breaths in a nice wide forward fold, exploring a little bit of movement. Or you're going to have the option here to come into a tripod headstand. And in tripod headstand, you are planting the palms on the mat underneath, first of all, underneath the elbows, but then you'll deeply bend into the elbows, bending into the knees to plant the top of the head on the mat. And then your feet will come in, now resting the knees on the back of your elbow shelf. Now you decide if you stay here or if you'd like to lift and bring the big toes together. I'll turn so you can see me. Breathing into that space at the top of the head and that connection to all that is. Option, if it's in your practice, of course, to extend the feet up high for your tripod headstand, but no pressure to do so. As you exhale on back down, we'll meet in that wide forward fold again. Just bending, alternating into each side. When you're ready to sink over into a deep right knee bend, side lunging deeply into that right knee, bringing hands on up to heart center, or if you'd like to take the mudra with the pinky fingers released, we'll be here for an inhale, crown high, chest high. Really pushing down into the sole of the right foot. Now rise up to a forward facing lunge. Biceps by the ears. Inhale, gaze high. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Moving on to that other side, but we'll take 2 down dog to plank waves. Inhale, hips high and down dog. Exhale, ripple forward plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, wave forward plank. Inhale, hips high, down dog. Left toes go high. Exhale, left foot steps forward for that fingertip walk around to wide forward fold. I'll face this way so you can see me. Fingertips are going to stay pointing towards the side as you optionally stay in your wide forward fold for some exploration here. Or you can take that tripod headstand again. Planting the hands, lowering down into a knee bend. Crown of the head taps down. You'll bring the feet in and plant the knees on the back of your elbow shelf. You decide if you lift up into one or both toes might lift, or you might find a full lift into your tripod headstand. And back down into wide forward fold. We're going to take this into a deep left knee bend now. All the way into that deep left side lunge. Coming up either to your mudra with the pinky fingers released or hands at heart center. As you use the strength of the left foot to lift up, turning to that forward facing high crescent lunge. Biceps high, gaze high, big inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop back, downward facing dog. You decide if you'd like a down dog, a child's pose, or a flow. From your down dog, now rippling forward, drop those knees. We're going to move into a rabbit pose for more intentional crown chakra clearing. From here, we're thinking about spiraling forward with the spine, starting at the crown of the head. Separating the knees a little bit. And if this is uncomfortable for your knees, double the mat over here. As you take your fingertips around to the inner aspect of your arches of your feet, your thumbs are going to be on the outside. Notice that. Thumbs are on the outside, fingertips on the arch of the feet, pointing in. Starting to tuck your chin. Now, once your chin is tucked, you're not going to look from side to side. Your cervical spine won't like that. So we'll protect the chin or the cervical spine by keeping the chin tucked in midline. Rounding forward all the way to tap the crown of the head on the mat. Once you do, then you're grasping the heels and using the hips to rise up, taking a big C shape of the spine. Pulling on the heels, lifting those hips, chin stays tucked, central looking. One more breath here, round into that C-shaped spine. Exhale, drop the hips down, all the way to plant the hands through tabletop, crossing legs. We'll extend right heel on out to the right edge of your mat. Left sole into the right calf or right thigh, dropping left knee down. Lining up the chest with that right leg. Inhale, gaze high. As you exhale, we'll hinge over the right leg. Your right knee might be bent any amount, but we're going to bring the hands down to grasp the foot. As you grasp, again, your knee might be bent. We'll inhale, halfway lift, dropping the left knee down. Keep that left hip open. Exhale, hinge more over the right leg. We'll stay here for a couple breaths, thinking about lengthening on the inhale and folding more, releasing more, letting that right leg straighten any amount. And gentle release. Switching sides. Now left heel goes out to that left edge. Right foot into the left calf. Right left thigh, right knee drops down. Line the leg up with the chest. Line the chest up straight, gaze high. As you exhale, hinge over the left leg. Again, any amount of bend to the knee is fine. We're grasping the foot, and then inhale, length. Exhale, hinge, fold over the left leg. Feeling the stretch in the low back. Drop the right shoulder down just slightly, lifting the left shoulder so you're in line with the left leg. One more inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge over the leg. Thinking about opening the right hip to drop it down, dropping the right knee down. Gentle release on out of that hinge, taking the heels to the top of the mat, all the way down, grabbing behind the knees to extend legs up tall to the sky, legs up the wall, ankle and wrist rotations. Tiny little fist, curl the toes tight, and little wiggle. Now if you have a block and you'd like to lift up the hips and place the block underneath your hips as you take that sway. Maybe a modified happy baby rock. If full happy babies in your practice and you want to take those peace fingers to the big toes for a little rock. And then release when you're ready, left leg out long. Allowing the right knee to come on up towards your right elbow, right armpit area. As you exhale, let the right knee fall over to the left side, spinal twist with the gaze to the right. Thinking about releasing and unsqueezing the left glute to allow your twist. Revisiting the breath again. Coming back to center for both knees in for a moment for a squeeze. And then guide that right heel out long. Pulling the left knee into that left shoulder area. And then guide it over to the right side. Unsqueezing now the left glute. And gazing to the left side. As we come on back to center, any final movements you'd like to help seal in the practice, or anything that's calling to you that you need today. Maybe a full body stretch. Maybe a tiny little squeeze into a ball. And then we'll settle into Shavasana, the space where you get to just be. One where you can settle in for just a couple breaths into that intention again. Either your own intention or the one of I am connected to the divine. I am connected to the divine. Softening into every part of the body and mind as you release and let the eyelids float. Letting your tongue separate from the roof of the mouth and jaw go lax. One more time, release the body, release the mind, and then just rest. As you begin to notice the breath coming in again without changing anything, start to notice the fingertips, the toes, breathing that white light, that crown connection in with the breath, letting it come in and touch every part of you with connection to all that is. On out to your fingers, to your toes, right to the crown of your head with a soft glowing white light. One more breath into that connection. Exhale, let it go. Maybe taking the knees to a bend for a little sway. Easing out of the practice and easing into that sensation of connection. Maybe a reach back behind. Maybe a goal post as you exhale. And then dropping the knees to one side to rest your head on your shoulder for a moment. As you use the palm to assist you on up to that easy seat. Noticing the sits bones and connecting them to the earth. Maybe take a moment to rise up with the shoulders and roll them on down and back. Fingertips, palms down or up on the knees. Optional inhale, reaching. I am connected to all that is. Either your hands to prayer or taking that interlaced mudra, finger pinkies released. Pausing on down at the heart space. As you seal in the practice, optional bow with me. May the light and love in me see and honor the light and love in all others. Namaste. May your day be blessed. We'll see you next time. Thank you.